Long ago, in a quiet town hidden between deep forests and silent mountains, there lived a 24-year-old young man named Marco. Marco was always lost in thoughts. His mind never took rest. Thoughts came like waves and left him confused. These endless thoughts made him tired. He felt burdened by memories of the past and scared of what might happen in the future. His mind was like a noisy marketplace, full of sounds and distractions. He could not sleep peacefully and forgot how to smile. One day, Marco heard a strange rumor about a remote village deep in the hills. People said an old wise man lived there, once a famous psychologist who helped many people find peace in their minds. He left a busy city life and chose to live close to nature, in silence and simplicity. Sometimes, he shared wisdom with only those who truly needed it. Marco felt hope for the first time. Maybe this old man could calm the storm inside him. With this hope, Marco started his journey. After many days of walking and climbing, he finally reached the peaceful village. It felt like the entire world had slowed down here. Birds sang softly, trees stood calm, and a cool breeze touched his face. On a small porch, Marco saw the old man sitting silently with eyes closed, as if he was listening to something the world could not hear. Marco went close and said, "Grandfather, my mind is full of noise. I cannot stop thinking. I want peace." The old man opened his eyes and smiled gently. "So, you seek peace? Come with me," he said calmly. "But first, a small task." He took Marco to the yard and filled a glass with water so full that even a breath could make it spill. Then he handed the glass to Marco. "Walk to the end of the village and return, but if even one drop falls, you must start again." Marco was shocked, but determined. He walked carefully, holding the glass like it was something precious. People were shouting, children laughing, dogs barking and carts moving. But Marco looked nowhere. His eyes were fixed on the water. Every step was careful, slow, and mindful. When he returned, he breathed with relief and said proudly, "Grandfather, I did it." The old man smiled and asked, "Good. But tell me, Edie, you see the beautiful flowers by the road? Did you hear the flute music a boy was playing?" Marco shook his head. "No. I noticed nothing. I was only focused on the glass." The old man nodded. "That is the lesson." A sighed softly. When your mind stays on one thing on this moment, there is no space for fear, regret, or confusion. You became silent inside. At that moment, Marco understood. He was not fighting the world, he was fighting his own thoughts. Peace was always inside him, waiting in the present moment. He bowed and whispered, "Grandfather, now I know, peace is not something I must find outside. It grows when I pay attention to now." The old man smiled as the sun slowly began to disappear behind the hills. Birds flew home, and the world looked calm again. Marco started walking back with a light heart. He was no longer the same restless young man. Now he knew how to quiet the storm inside his mind. From that day on, he walked through life with peace, not because life became easier, but because he became still inside. In the next story, we will meet again with new lessons and new journeys. Until then, stay peaceful.